promised, all show long, Mr. Bill Gallagher.
Have you ever been on the brown couch
Never.
before? I think we got it in today.
I walk by it, as you know, every day.
Yes, I know.
Every day to get this.
Yes,
There you go.
Last
the New York Times.
Times.
Yes, and I get home delivery, but now this is something I miss. But I like walking by in the morning because I kind of know what's going on and
Take the temperature of the studio.
I say hello to everybody, walk by and breeze by, and it's fun. I'll miss it.
Do you remember riding around in these?
That's actually a little bit before my time. I started in '85. I think that's an early.
Get rid of that. Wah, wah, wah.
Are you ready to walk down memory lane?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's take a look.
Yeah.
Bill Gallagher joined Fox 2 in 1985, setting off on a mission to comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable.
Perry, don't you think you got off pretty easy? Have you been coddled all along because you're a police officer?
If you stick that in my mouth, in my face one more time, I'm gonna stick it down.
I'm not sticking anything. Hey, you put that down.
In nearly 3 decades in Detroit, he brought down crooked council members.
I have never not been at my job, okay? So don't lie. Don't lie, white boy.
Covered countless tragedies.
The investigation could take a year to complete. The probe will determine if pilot error, ice, or other factors caused the crash.
And traveled the world to document history. Bill actually got his start in politics, elected to the City Council of Niagara Falls in 1971 at the age of 24. He was the youngest ever council member and went on to serve 2 years as the city's mayor. He came to Fox 2 from Oklahoma City, but not before exposing abuse and neglect of children in state-run institutions.
We don't have any respect for anybody. You're overbearing. You don't come through the front door. You attempt to take advantage just like you're kangarooing now.
Walk right through the door like everyone else.
All right, walk on out then, sir.
An investigation which earned him a coveted George Foster Peabody Award.
The scope of the disaster first grips you. Destruction and leveled buildings as far as you can see.
In his 27 years with Fox 2, Bill traveled with a relief team in the wake of a devastating earthquake in Armenia. Camping out in tents with the Soviet Army.
The Basilica of St. John Lateran is the Pope's cathedral here in Rome. When the Emperor Constantine embraced Christianity, he gave this area to the church.
He flew to Rome as Detroit's Archbishop became a cardinal.
Bringing the Stanley Cup here to Red Square profoundly touched the Russian people.
And he went along with the Red Wings as they brought the Stanley Cup to their hometowns in Russia. Twice he went to Germany, covering the Daimler-Benz acquisition of Chrysler.
While the pace of Dr. Kevorkian's participation in assisted suicides has certainly picked up,
you can't reflect on Bill's professional career without mentioning the countless interns mentored. His protégés are now working across the country, having taken their first lessons from Bill. His advice? Always bring 2 pens, a notebook with your name on it, comfortable shoes, your lunch, and an empty bladder.
empty bladder is essential in TV news.
As far as I'm concerned, people of privilege who violate the law should be held to the highest standards, and that includes the President of the United States.
Perot believes he's gaining ground in these last days of the campaign, and some polls support that view. So he's focusing his efforts on undecided voters here in Michigan.
Bill's been honored with multiple Emmy Awards, honors from the Associated Press and the Michigan Association of Broadcasters.
Bill was on the Roseville beat today.
Inside the walls of Fox 2, Bill jokingly refers to colleagues who work in the air-conditioned comfort of the newsroom as fat house cats, considering himself the hungry predator. We should have realized he was an animal authority.
All we know for sure is that it's a big cat. There's some urgency to capture the bear quickly because if the animal's not caught in this neighborhood, it's bound to wander off somewhere else. Faye Cross knew what to do when she encountered this snake in her apartment.
I ran back and just beat it and just beat it and just beat it. That's what I did. I just continued to just beat it.
There you go.
Meet Ben, an 8-week-old purebred miniature dachshund, born with a rare deformity.
He is born with no eye sockets.
Caroline cannot afford the vet's $5,000 estimate for the surgery. She only has funds to stabilize the animal, The woman accused of attacking the dog in Caroline faces assault and animal cruelty charges.
Livonia's zoning ordinance already permits people to keep chickens, cows, and horses, but goats are not addressed in the law.
Bill Gallagher leaves Fox 2 to retire to his native New York with his wife Elizabeth, and will spend his time with his daughters Rachel and Amy's husband Samir, and his 3 grandchildren, Yusuf, Aliyah, and Zara. To our favorite Irishman, we wish you well.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah,
what a great look at your career.
My thanks to all the photographers and editors and writers and Murray and everybody who did that, because I had not seen that before. It's very, very, very well done.
It was
Lots of fun.
To dig up all that stuff, too.
Yeah.
Boy, it really illustrates how diverse your career has been.
Yeah, I didn't realize I did that many animal stories.
Well, not just that, but changes in the business, too. I don't think we'll ever again see, barring a miracle, a local TV station that sends a reporter to Rome and to Russia, and
I
kind of envious, actually, Bill.
I consider Hamtramck an out-of-town trip. That's what's good.
And you've done just about everything. When we were looking at the footage in Oklahoma, you said you shot that footage.
I actually shot the footage in Armenia.
Oh.
Armenia, yeah. The photographer in Oklahoma, one of them was John Dumontel. He ended up working here too. He's wonderful. Dennis Kimmel. In Oklahoma, it's very much a photographer's market, and I learned the business out there from the photographers. I mean, they're the ones who really taught me how to do TV.
So what will you miss most about coming here every day?
My co-workers, the people I work with, the people I do stories about. You know, television is really about people, and that's what I'll miss. I mean, I've always been kind of a news junkie, and I guess I'll miss the adrenaline of exciting things happening, but it's just, it's tough to leave people and work that you like, but I do want to have some time to do some other things, and work kind of ties you down, so move around.
And that was one of the things on Bull of Bacon. People were asking, what's the #1 thing on your bucket list?
I don't think there's a #1 thing. I like to travel. I want to see more of the world. I want to see and do interesting things, and there's still some reporting involved in that. I just love to see places I've never seen before, and I hope to do more of that, obviously.
Well, I can tell you what your wife, Liz, wants to do, and that's spend time with those grandchildren.
Yes, I understand. As do I. They're really cute kids, and they're 5, 3, and 1. And to watch children grow up, you really only get one opportunity to do that. And even though they live 260 miles away, to be with them every day, we're going to live like 5 minutes away from them, and that'll be a great joy.
Your trip to Russia with Alex Kornienko,
oh my God,
photographer. I hear some stories from Alex that was an interesting trip. Care to share any of your after-hours adventures in Russia?
Well, I'm happy to. I think we put some on the air. We went to a place called the Hungry Duck, which was it was described as the most decadent bar in the Northern Hemisphere. So we went there, of course. We had to see it. We're curious people. But we traveled all over Moscow and environs, and the Russian people are wonderful. And of course, Alex can speak Russian. He's from Moldova, and we had a wonderful time with the Wings. And the Stanley Cup. I got tired of carrying the Stanley Cup, to tell you the truth.
Boy, it must be nice.
Yeah.
Well, how about Rome? I hear you had some adventures there, maybe making a few priests imbibe?
Well, Doug Tracey was always very resourceful. We worked strange hours with the time differences and all the rest of that. We were staying just outside the Vatican, and we were always looking for a place to get something to eat, maybe a gentle libation after work, and he found a reggae bar in Rome. And we were, it was just a door. We didn't even know what it was. You open it up, it's like, a
different world.
Yes, and I know a place where you can go. The nights are always long. And we brought Father Wally Zemba with us one time, and he's wearing his Roman collar, and of course, they're looking at this priest in a reggae bar, and it was hilarious. We got a lot of stares, but it was great. It was great fun.